Salam, salam. I wanted to do this unity moment. Um, you know how people say angel on my shoulder or something divine is watching, looking over me. You know, I have so many stories, and I always do my unity moments, which I guess are my story times. But I want to tell y'all this quick little unity moment I was thinking about. When I was like 15 years old, um, I had went over a friend house. I had spent it over a friend house, but I told my dad that I was spending a night over a friend of the family house that was my friend. What's up, Tara? This is Tara Arnold. That was one of my friends. Still one of my friends, but we was really, really close when we was teenagers when I lived in Duval. But anyway, so I had told my father that I was going to Tara house, but I wasn't going to Tara house. I was going to another friend house to spend the night. I think I dealt with the story here. So I end up, I went over to her house. Like that day we went to Gateway Mall. If y'all from Duval, y'all know where that's at. We went to Gateway Mall. We went and took pictures. You remember they used to have a little picture man in the middle of the thing and you take these little pictures. Totally different from what's going on now in this world. But anyway, so we went and took we spent the day at the mall, and we used to walk everywhere. When I was a teenager, we used to walk everywhere. I don't even remember riding the bus, and I ain't started riding the bus till like I moved to Tallahassee. But in Duval, I remember we just used to walk everywhere. Everywhere we had to go, we walked. And she stayed on the east side, and I grew up on the east side. But about time I was like 15, 16, I was on the north side. So I ended up staying in her house, and then later on we started walking around, and later on that day we started walking around in the neighborhood, and there was some guys. They had to have been like older than us, and she was just talking to them. And I'm the type of person, I'd be like, "What's up?" But you know, I didn't know them, so next thing you know, she was like, "We finna ride with them," and I'm thinking, I don't know why I got in a car with them. I don't know what made me get in a car with them. I guess just teenage minds. But we end up at a hotel at the airport. So in my mind, I'm like, why we here? I don't know what. I can't go back to that mindset of thinking like it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We riding around in the car with some guys. We end up at this hotel. So while we at this hotel, she disappeared with this other guy. It was 2 guys, and then the other guy, he walked me to this room, and then he get in the bed, and I'm like, okay, what you doing? I'm not gonna do nothing. I don't even know you. Like, I'm not gonna do nothing with you. So I told him, I was like cursing him out, telling him to take me where she was, and so he took me. When we walked in the room, she was in the bed with the dude. And I was cursing her out, telling her I want to go. Why are we here? No one told us that we was coming to no hotel. So the guy that walked me to the room, I guess that was trying to get it on with me. The other guy get out the bed, and then he get in the bed with her. I was like, what the hell? So I just walked out the room, and I was just pissed. I remember like walking out the room. It's so crazy because I'm thinking about it now. I'm just walking out the room, not having no money, I must have had some money because I was at the mall that day. And then I remember like the hotel right next to it was a Waffle House, and it was a phone booth. And back then you can put quarters in the machine to call. So I remember calling my friend Tara. And it was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, Tara, is anybody there to come get me? And I was telling her, I was like, I'm at the hotel with so-and-so. I'm not going to say her name. I was telling her, I guess the guys knew that she was going to do something with them. And I didn't know. I was just thinking that we was just going for a ride. And she was like, ain't nobody here to come get you. And I ain't want her to go down to my daddy's house and say, because my daddy stayed out. I think this is when my daddy stayed out. Where she stayed at. Yeah. So I didn't want her to go get my daddy because I would get in trouble because I shouldn't have been out 3 o'clock in the morning. Because I was supposed to be spending the night, but I'm out. I'm supposed to be spending the night with Tara, I think. I think that's how the story story went. But I knew I supposed not been out 3 o'clock in the morning at a hotel with some guys. And she was like, no. So I ain't know what to do. So I was just sitting there. And then I was just sitting there and I was just praying to God. Like, and I remember being cold and just praying to God, like, how I'm going to get out of this. And I was just cursing them out in my head, cursing her out. Like, why you put me in a situation like this? And then next thing you know, I seen, like, they drove by. And they was like, girl, get in the car with your mean self. And I'm like, I ain't getting in the car. I ain't getting out. Like, I'm the type of person, like, when I get really pissed off, I ain't talking to you. I'm not going with you. That is done. And I'm way by the airport at a hotel, in the phone booth, in the cold. Don't know how I'm going to get home. And I was in my mind, like, I ain't finna get back in the car with them. Like, hell, they done brought us to the hotel room, think they finna get something from me, and she done messed with both of them, and I'm not finna get in the car with them. So I was just sitting, and they end up driving off, because I was, when I get in that mode, I'm like, no, I'm not going. I'm not getting in the car with y'all. Y'all got me way out here. It's so crazy when I look back at myself. I'm a mess. And then next thing you know, I'm just sitting there praying. I don't know if I was crying or not, because it was so long ago. I was like 15, 16 years old. And the next thing you know, I look out the phone booth window, because that's why I was at the phone booth. And it looked like this guy from my neighborhood. And I ran out that phone book and I ran to him and I was like, can you take me home? He was looking like, where you come from? I was like, I started telling him the situation. I was like, can you take me home? I don't think I told him the situation until I got in the car. And then he was like, and in my mind, I'll take it back. So I'm like, can you take me home? And I can't remember if he asked, because he was getting gas. And I don't know if he asked how I get out here or what I'm doing way out here. And then I got in the car and I was just telling him the situation. And the crazy part is, I know this guy from, like, being in the neighborhood and seeing what's up. And I think his name was Howard. And he was just, like, older. But I never, like, knew him. But I knew him from my neighborhood. Like, what's up? And so-and-so, so-and-so. And I can remember him just saying, that's messed up. That's messed up. But when I sit and think about that unity moment, it makes me think about, like, there's an angel on my side, because for me to be way out by the airport, and it's like 1 out of a million that someone drive that's not in my hood to that hotel at the airport. I don't know if that was a trick hotel. I don't even know the name of the hotel. I don't know what it was, but it was just so weird that this guy come out of the blue 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning getting gas, and I see him and I know him. And I ran to him and I asked him, could he take me home? And he took me to my friend Tara's house, and I went in there, and you know, I never talked to that girl again till probably like a couple of years ago. She hit me up. We're friends on Facebook, and she like Christian and all that. But I see that she got like children and all that now. But I had stopped talking to her. I think we had like English class together and all that. I stopped talking to her. And after that, and then, like I said, she popped up on Facebook. And I don't be mean to her or nothing like that now. I like her pictures and stuff like that. But it just shows me, it's so many situations like that in my life. So many situations like that in my life that when I think about it, that it's like God or the divine or whatever you decide, or a greater power, a great energy, or a great force that always come and get me out of situations like that. And I was just sitting there thinking about that. I was just like, wow. Because, I mean, eventually, I know I probably could have called my daddy and told him to come get me, and I probably would have got in trouble. My daddy ain't play that mess, but I wasn't going to do it. So, I guess the divine knew I wasn't going to call my daddy. So, the divine was like, let me get this girl out of this situation. So I just want to let y'all know. I know if we all look back on our life and look at situations, you'd be like, wow, how I got out of that. Something powerful energy got me out of that situation, because like I said, it had been 1 out of 1,000,000 for a dude from my hood to be way out there. I guess we was way out there for a while. And he knew exactly who I was. And I remember just being in the car and just telling him that situation, and he was like, "That's messed up." And like I said, I never spoke to her again until about about 2 years ago. Like, she became my friend on Facebook, and we never spoke about the situation. But wow. So this is a unity moment. I got so many more unity moments. So if y'all want to hear some more, but I just want to tell this because I just sit back and look at my life and see how situations and how I get out of them. It could be times when I have like a bill due, and the bill could be like $300-400, and I don't have the money, and then I get an order for that much, like that same exact amount. I know I gotta do something to fulfill humanity because I always get out of situations like that. And I don't know if y'all don't know that y'all have a purpose, but I know I have a purpose. And my purpose is to help my people. I know it because if y'all knew some of the stories, and some of the stories I'm not going to share with y'all, because that's what, when I just look at my life, I be like, wow. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I know it was rambling, but that's how the unity moment.